So my name's Ken Finnan, and my job is to get you past all the exams. And the number one question I get before I do my live, so I'm hoping to save some time and make it less chaotic, is what do I do? I'm taking the test tomorrow or 2 weeks or whatever it is. So let's, first of all, if you're taking it tomorrow, too late, you're fucked. Okay? No, I'm kidding around. Get some sleep. If you're taking it tomorrow, you should not be on my live. You should be getting sleep and you should be going over customer accounts. Literally any exam you take, literally any exam, you should probably read customer accounts. I have crash course videos you can watch, playlists you can watch. Go watch those and get some sleep. If you have a significant other, make sure they do the right thing or ask them to do the right thing. And you don't want to make them do anything, but you ask them. Just massage, that's all I'm talking about. Just keep you relaxed, no fighting, stuff like that. Now, if you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so if you're taking it tomorrow, what are you doing out here? Get off here, click and get out of here. If you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so let's say you're taking it in 2 days. Tomorrow is no testing. It's adding knowledge, reading customer accounts, going over videos, hopefully my crash course videos or others. Bottom line is you don't want to stress yourself out. You don't want to take a test. I'm not a fan of testing. Some people like it. I disagree with it because if you go bad, there's no upside. If it goes bad for you, you're screwed. So I say, don't take a test tomorrow. Take it easy. Around dinner time, you're done. I don't care if you're taking the test at 5 o'clock at night. At dinner time, you're done. Okay? Don't do anything. Again, the night before is always kind of go out to dinner. Don't go, pounding, going fireballs, but just literally go out to dinner maybe, talk to people who aren't involved in it, who don't care about the test, don't want to hear it. You want to do stuff that just relax you. If you have SDC or Notman, they have these little sheets that you can go through maybe the day before. Make sure you go over it like hot sheets or key topic stuff or crunch time facts. Again, I have crash course playlists, a whole playlist on almost every test you can take. Now, let's say you're taking it more than 2 days out. So what you want to do is within the up to, but not including the last, I don't even know if that's right. The last 8 to 10 days is testing, okay? Before that, you're reading and quizzing and testing, all that. A lot of focus on reading, mostly focus on reading, watching videos, adding knowledge. But in the last 8 days, not including the day before, so whatever that is, so 10 days before, you're going to take tests every day. One test, not two. If it's a 63 of the SIE, maybe you can take 2. But again, I don't think it works so well. Oh, I feel the heat on my back. I really just want to turn around and take a dive. The problem is when I go in there, there's a manatee warning. The boats have to go around me. I have to wear a flag saying manatee, don't hit me, stuff like that. Now, up to but not including the day before the test, you are to take one final a day. Now, remember something. When you do a final, review the whole thing, not just the wrong answers. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of do a triage. There's really 3 or 4 choices. You look them over. If you got it right for the right reason, you're good. Move on. Make sure you read the answer why, okay? 2, if you got it right for the wrong reason, mark that down. You have to review it because if you got it right because you guessed, that's just as bad as a wrong. Almost more dangerous, right? Because you think you got it. 2, if you got it wrong because you misread it, which happens with the Kaplan, Past Perfect, STC, even Achievable, all of them, you can misread it. If you get it wrong because you misread it, but you knew the concept, don't worry about it. The last one is you got it wrong because you didn't know your shit. That you have to review. So really, you're going to have 4 choices, mark them all, and then if you got it right for the right reason or wrong because you misread it, but you understand the concept, don't worry about it. The ones you have to review are the ones you got right for the right reason, and then the ones you got for the wrong reason. The ones you got for the wrong reason. See, when I talk too fast, my brain is here, my mouth is here, and they're not in conjunction. And then ones you got right for the wrong reason, like guessing, and then you got to be honest with yourself. Don't be like, oh, I think I know it, or the ones you got wrong for the right reason. I guess the right reason to be wrong, you don't know it. If you're starting to memorize questions, buy another QBank. STCS 4 supplemental exams. If you want, buy Kaplan. But again, you don't want to add a new QBank in the last few days. You want to do it out so you can literally get used to the question because you don't want to switch it up the day before. Again, you need to go in there like a badass. You need to go into the test like I'm going to fucking own this shit and you're going to run it, okay? You got to go in there confident. You got to understand that if you go in there confident, if you go into this test as a confident badass, not cocky, confident, I know my shit, then when you see a hard question, you're going to go, oh, I can do this, okay? And you can work through it or even mark for review, shit like that. If you go in there where you're not sure and you're like, oh, I'm afraid, then every hard question is going to look to you like, see, I knew I should have waited. And that's a bad thing because you won't try it. I've seen that so many times where if you give someone positive confirmation of good work, they're willing to work a little bit harder on the question. If you're like, oh, I'm not ready, they go, oh, I knew I wasn't ready. They give up. We don't want give up. We want you to attack it like you know your shit, okay? And that's literally it. You maybe want to watch some of my exam walkthrough videos, join my live, but not the night before. I don't want to see you the night before. I want to see you after you pass so we can play a song for you and blow it out your ass, okay? Good. Okay, everyone, go beat this thing. You got this. I believe in you. I 100% believe in you. And you need to say every morning, get up in the morning, brush your teeth with your offhand, even if you want to brush your teeth with your foot, and keep saying, I'm going to pass this. I'm going to pass this. Say it like 10 times with confidence. Not I need to pass it. Not I gotta pass it. I'm going to pass it. That's your goal. Go beat this thing. We got it, baby.
Man, I got all the flavor bitches say I'm delicious. I'ma have all you motherfuckers laying in the ditch. I'ma kill all you rappers, I'ma aim with precision. They was rocking with your ass till they made a decision. All my friends making millions cause they know I'm my vision. A lot of entertainers.
Be Thursday. Happy Thursday, everyone. How is everyone doing? We are wonderful. It's Thursday, the first live Q&A of 2025. We ended it, the last Q&A, and we started the first year with the first one. It is outstanding. Welcome to Capital Advantage Tutoring's live Q&A. Tiara, thank you for coming out to me on Spotify. That is awesome. I love the podcast stuff. I'm trying to do more shit with it, but we're going to see what happens. It's pretty successful right now. So I'm getting a lot of downloads, which is awesome. Okay. And Will Bennett, that is outstanding. So hold on, let me just get into a couple of things. Okay. Ooh, BCD, RCD, that's RCDBD gaming. That's a lot of studying a day. That's almost too much. Let me start from the beginning. Lilo, how are we? Were you taking it today or tomorrow? So are we in a good mood or are we a shitty mood? Okay. Let me know. Krista J, Happy New Year. Okay, what I'm trying to say here, RCDB, is that if you finish it, okay, if you're doing 6 8 hours a day, okay, my thing is, you got to, I mean, if you're giving yourself 4 days of tests, how long have you been studying for it? I mean, you got to try, are you taking a lot of notes? Or maybe stop taking notes when you're reading. There's no reason that if you're doing it without taking notes, you should be able to get this done by the 10th. Especially doing 6 hours a day, 6 to 8 hours a day. There's no reason you can't do that. Stop taking notes because there's notes. The notes really slow you down. It really does. Don't highlight. Don't take notes. Just read. So this way you can start taking tests by like the 10th at least. Okay. Will Bennett, that is outstanding. Awesome. What am I going to do for us? We do a little short one. What do we like? Will Bennett, we like this one.
And go. Oh, ching. Here come the hot stepper. I'm the lyrical gangster. Excuse me, Mr. Officer.
Boom. Okay. Thank you for coming on from Spotify. That's great. I post a couple of these on Spotify. I don't do a lot. I mean, it's a real shit show when I talk, so you never really know where it's going to come out. So I just want to be good with this. Okay. Oh wait. You started today. So you're going to study for what test do we take it? First of all, I should find out what test do you take in RCB. I hope it's a 63 of the SAE because that's, I mean, I guess it's doable, but if it's a 66 or 65, that's going to be tough. Okay. Ashley, okay. Okay. No, John, this is only for 65, 66. Tuesdays is for 7 in SIE. Now, how much options is on the 66? Okay. Yeah, it's more, happy 2025, Ashley. It is much more about the hedging and theory. It is definitely not as hard as a 7. It's much more like if you're long stock, how do you protect it, which is buying a put. If you're long stock, how do you get income, which is selling a call, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. I don't even think they do straddles or spreads. It's much more about like why you're doing it and stuff like that. Like, why do you sell options for income? Okay. Oh, that is outstanding. A New Year's Eve win. You literally ended your year. Now, what's funny is you know that your registration expires on December 31st. So literally you passed it and you're going to have to renew the next morning, today, whenever it is. That's awesome, though. I'm so happy for you. It's a big deal to pass. I'll give a little oldie but goodie. That was a little long. Sorry about that. I like that song. I like when they compare. I love when they do mashups. It's my thing. It's my weakness. Okay. So John, yeah, happy to be on here for the 65, 66. John, how do you feel? Okay. How do you feel on this? So if you're taking the 66, this is for this. If you have any questions, slap them in here, baby. Okay. Boom, we're gonna get this done, Mike. From Brazil, I'm happy to learn with you. IV, how are you? I think you asked me a question. Oh no, you showed me a good score. You showed me that you got a 69 on the Kaplan. I did see that, which is outstanding. Okay. Look, I'm happy to get you all the way from Brazil. I think my daughter's going down there. I think Lollapalooza is down there in the spring or something, right? One of my daughter's friends works for the FBI in Brazil. No, they're in Sao Paulo, not in Brazil. Oh no, sorry. They're not in Rio. They're in Sao Paulo. They are in Brazil. It's kind of cool. She got married. She's married. Her and her husband are both FBI agents down there, tracking down people, looking for kidnappers and shit. Some badass shit. And my daughter's going to Lollapalooza. It's like two ends of the same thing. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. You can do this. Lilo, how I was waiting. I saw you say Ken, and I wasn't sure if you're going to be out of work or boom. Okay. Any surprises on that? Hold on. You get a big ass song for that. I apologize. You're all going to have to suffer through this one.
Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosas buenas. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, Macarena. Dala tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo es para dar la alegría y cosas buenas.
There we go. That is outstanding, Lilo. How great is it to be done with that shit? Have that shit behind you. I fucking love it. I am so happy for you. I am so happy for you. Robert Satonio. How we doing, baby? How we doing? Happy holidays. And okay, you can do the SAE. Yeah, stop taking fucking notes. Stop taking notes and start watching my videos. Stop taking notes. Watch my videos. You gotta get 7 days of tests. Okay. Boom. How we feeling, man? This is SAE 7 and stuff, but Michael's taking the 24 on the 10th. You're taking the 23rd. I have a principal exams class that we do. Every Sunday night we meet. It's a bit more money. It's $150, $160 a month, but we go over stuff, and it's only like we had about 10 people in there, and then I think 8 people passed, so there's down to 2. It'll go up again in about probably 2-3 weeks. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, that's awesome, John. First testing. Who's Buck? That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, boom. I think so. If you can pass, here's the thing. If you can pass 3 in a row, take it. Look, it also depends. If it's exam FX or training consultants, you got to get 3 or 4 in a row before you do it. But if it's Kaplan or STC or even achievable, you're in good shape. Okay. Ooh, 1 point. Okay. 1 fucking point. Okay. So this is what I tell everyone. The worst thing about the 65, it's just like you can get a 70 points or 69.7 and you miss, right? You can miss by half a point. It's like you have to get a certain amount of questions right, like 91 right. If you get 90.7, you're screwed. Okay, now, first of all, as I tell them, if you miss, we don't call it a fail so much. We do sometimes, but since you missed by 1 point, don't start trying to think, oh, I need to make up a point. I want you to, you're back at it, Rose. I want you to read the book, act like you missed by 30 points. Okay. Act like you got a 69, act like you missed by 31, bump everything up. That's the goal. Don't waste your time just trying to pick the weak stuff. Because what happens all the time is that you go, I'm strong on this and this, so I'm going to ignore that, work on the weak shit. Then this goes up and they go down. And you're like, how the fuck did I fail a second time? So you want to make sure that that's your track. Okay. That you're focused on keeping like juggling a lot of balls. That's what she said. Okay. Boom. Okay. Just started studying 66 using best. I heard you say not taking notes. Yeah, I'm a big fan. This is what I say to do. Get through the book, then start taking chapter quizzes, then start doing finals once you're passing them. Anything you do low on, reread. If you want to take some notes, here's why I say to take no notes. Because everyone takes a shitload of notes, right? They take so many goddamn notes that it's a pain in the ass. I'm going to scare you guys for a second. Let's see how this works. Whoa. Okay, so I'll talk like this for a bit. Now, focus on, because I feel like I can focus a little more. Yes, you can take notes, but if I don't say start take a lot of notes, people write goddamn volumes, like real volumes of this shit. So we want to make sure that you're not doing that. We want to make sure that you are putting on the right amount. So if I tell you not to write notes, you're going to do it anyway. I know you will, and you're going to highlight, but you'll think about it. You'll only kind of rewrite notes on stuff you're working on. Now, the other thing is, if you watch a video and you take notes, review your notes the next day. Okay, if you're going to take notes on a class, say you're taking a class with STC or Kaplan, and you take notes on it, redo the notes like the next day, like rewrite them. Because they say if you take notes on the class, which again, I'm not a fan of. I never did through high school, college, any of that shit. And trust me, it's not like because I'm super smart. I'm lazy and I can remember shit. If you rewrite it the next day, what happens is your retention is around, after a few weeks, is still around 60%, where if you don't take notes, it's around 20%. So if you're going to take notes, that's why I'm a big fan of, I know I'm scared of going over like recording lessons, right? So when I teach my students, I have this AI that records a lesson, gives a transcript and a summary and all that shit, and they get it. And what happens is they watch it the next day and they can go, oh, and the notes are there already. The AI took the notes for them and the summary, so they don't have to worry about it. And it creates highlights. It's really fucking scary how good it is. I remember I was doing I had like a 2-hour conversation with a guy, Joe, that we ended up recording just to have it. And I read the transcript, and at one point it goes off topic title and talked about how bad the Jets were, and then back onto it. Like it literally picked up something that was not part of the topic that we're talking about, highlighted it, and then went on to the next thing. It's really cool. And by doing that, you take the lesson with me or whoever. And on that note, if you need lessons, obviously I'm here to help you. Series7exam.org. If you need, I also have other tutors in there in my website if I'm too busy. Also check out Michael Weiss over at Series7examtutor.com, especially these exams, the 65 and the 66. He has a CFA. He's a great tutor, super organized, has great suitability stuff. He's very organized, has great notes and stuff like that. It's really good shit. Check him out. And he's about half my price. About maybe a little more than half, but that's not going to last very long. We'll go from there. Also, there are free resources. If you see across the bottom, the name of my Facebook group, FINRA NASAA Exam Test Prep Network. It's scrolling across the bottom. You go on Facebook, you join. It's a private group. We have almost 7,100 people in there. I mean, by far, this massive group, right? We have at least 4 or 5 tutors, 100 people at least who haven't left because they like the community, and they help each other out. Like they go, oh, I saw this, I saw that. They give, motivational stuff. Like if somebody comes on and they got failed, they're on there, like fucking give them virtual hugs. And if they're passing, they're giving them virtual attaboys, right? Shove it up the ass and make them kick them in the ass to get going. All these things are going on in this group, and they have chats for each group. They start study groups, and it's free. Free is free. I have memberships like tomorrow night for you guys for $25. We meet every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, and we go over the 65 and the 66. If you're taking the 63 or the SAE, do not pay a fucking dime. It's not worth it. If you're taking the 63 or the SAE, everything you need is free. The only thing I charge for is a 65, 66 group, my options, which are blow out the door, but you don't need them for these exams, and my classes. That's about it. Okay. Back on this, just keep attacking it like you're good. Okay. Now, that's my big thing about not taking notes. It's more about rewatching, going over it again more than once. You want repetition. You want spaced repetition, not like the next morning, but like the next day or 2 days later, go over it again. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Who's your? Maybe I'll have her. I'll have to look. I know no doubt we're gonna nail the 7 together. As I say, sometimes I have to. And not saying I will, but I have 2 students on Long Island I love, but I think I'm gonna have to drag them kicking and screaming across the finish line. I really do. I think that's where it's gonna be. Okay. Because it's hard. You have to really make them study, and yet sometimes you have to push people hard to get them to study. Okay. Oh, Kate, yeah. Oh, I love her. That's great. Oh, she's got this shit down. I think she's taking it really soon. Okay. Yeah, the little thing, right? Okay. The long step, right? So remember, guys, I can't write it here. If Lilo, thanks. It's good. So anyone taking the 65 or 66, the options are not big, but just remember this. If you're long stock, you either sell a call for income or buy a put for protection. There's no other choices. And if you're short stock, either buy a call or sell a put. There's no other options. No pun intended. Okay, so if I'm long stock and I want income, I sell a call. If I want protection, I buy a put. That's it. If I'm short stock, I buy a call to protect. I sell put for income. That's it. There's no other choices. You can't do anything else. Got it. I got her. She's great. Okay. Bam, Leela. That is right. I love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. RCBD, tell me how it's going, baby. I love it. Okay. Yeah, check in. Absolutely. Okay. That's awesome. I love that. Oh, you're done rereading. Awesome. Kaplan has a good Q bank. It's good. If you had STC before, you buy the Kaplan Q bank. If you have Achievable, I'm always a fan of the Kaplan Q bank, if only because they're the only ones who sell their questions. Everyone, if I wish STC did, if you had Kaplan, I'd definitely tell you to get them. Okay. Matador, get that bull out of the way. That's awesome. Not Matador, the Matador. That's awesome. Okay. You're getting 85s. You're great. You're in great shape. As long as it's not for memorizing, that's another thing, folks. If you are, see, you know what happens? I run out of time because I talk too fast. I should slow down. But it is what it is. I don't like to drag shit on and drag people out and bore the fuck out of them. I will have to say that here's the thing. If you're taking a lot of tests over and over again, you start memorizing. And if you start memorizing and you go, oh, I'm scoring 80s, but you're memorizing, there's no way to tell that, right? So I have students, I go, oh, I'm getting 80s. And I go, well, I go, you're memorizing. Yeah, a little bit, but I know the reason. Doesn't matter. If you're not passing with new questions. So if you've memorized all of STC, then buy the Kaplan. If you've memorized all of Kaplan, buy the STC supplemental. If you've memorized all of them, see, I'm speeding up again. If you've memorized all of them, then go to Achievable by their questions. And if you've done all of them, which is impossible, go to Past Perfect. It's a way to do it. Just get onto that. Do not memorize. That is a trap people fall into, and they score. Matador, I believe that you're getting 85 plus, which is awesome. Just make sure it's not because you're memorizing. My job is to help you pass, not to fucking kiss your ass. My job is to help you pass, not to kiss your ass. There he goes. Okay. AK Flatfoot. That is awesome. I love it. That's awesome. We're going to be done, baby. Now, remember, the good thing is, since you passed the 66 already, okay, you're taking the 66 and you have the 63 ready. If you miss, you can literally take the 65 2 days later. The only thing you add in is like some business shit in economics, but that's good. Okay. And thanks, AK. I love it. Okay. I appreciate it. I try to be funny. And that's the thing. I try to be a little over the top to make your shit remember, because I could just drone on and on and on. And then it's like reading the book. Might as well just use AI to read the book to me. There you go. When I think my son, did you just graduate? I think my son probably played against you. He's at Montclair State. And this is the worst fucking shit. They're shutting down. This is a senior, so he's done. They're shutting down the program because they bought Bloomfield College and they want to make it a club, and they're bringing in women's flag football. They shut down the men's and women's lacrosse. Like in Jersey, you shut down lacrosse. That's fucking moronic. There's a couple of congressmen trying to stop it. One of my guys I rep with, he refs now. You've probably seen him. Not Neil. I'll remember his name later. Okay. Where are you? Chris Woods, what's up? How we doing? Okay. Yeah, if you're by the way, Alilo, I'll get to that in a second. Okay. Boom, Don Olivio Epifano. That is a name. That is a fucking name. That is awesome. We're happy. Anybody have real questions other than just celebrating their fucking wins, which is outstanding? Where are we? Oh, this is a good one. Don?
I want to take me to Funky Town.
Boom, Don. That is outstanding. Next one up, Series 7. We're going to nail that shit, right? We're going to nail it. We're going to own that shit. Okay. So, yeah, Ashley, good question. So let's get in this. Okay. Now, on the exam, they asked if it's considered an of or not. If an IA, yes. So a couple of things that make you have custody. If you're named a trustee on an account. Okay. Oh, there you go. You just posted on my TikTok. I see that, Olivia. Okay. Now, unless there's another Olivia Epifano. Okay. Yeah, so Olivia Epifano, I am absolutely doing what you just said at some point. I already have Mike. As soon as he passes at 24, we're going to do that. Okay, now back to this. As an IAR, if the ADD kicks in all the time, as an IAR, if you are considered to have custody, if you're named a trustee in an account, if you accept prepaid fees 6 months ahead of time of more than $500 state or $1,200 federal, if you have full discretion, not limited, full discretion over an account, if you send statements to the client instead of the custodian, there's another one. If you accept money for someone else and don't forward, I know there's little nuances, but if you don't forward or return it within 3 days, you're considered to have custody. But yes, being named a trustee on the account is absolutely, you have custody, and that is okay. Okay, this is a great one. So equity index annuities, they created these things to make up for people who couldn't pass the 7, right? Or the 6, so they could sell these things. So equity index annuities are slightly like variable annuities, right? So they track an index, okay? But here's the difference. So the reason it's not a security and it's considered a fixed annuity, because a variable annuity is a security. The reason the equity index annuity is not a security is because you can't lose money. So there's a floor. If they don't mention the floor, it's 0. But sometimes it's like a 1 or 2% floor, which means even if the index you're tracking drops 10%, you're going to get the floor. If it goes, but they also have a cap, right? So say it's like a 10% cap and a 0% floor. That means you will never earn more than 10%, but you will never get less than 0. You'll never lose money, right? So if it goes, you have 100 grand, it goes up to 10%. Well, let's pretend there's no participation rate. But let's say you go up to 110 grand. If the next year the index is down 5%, you're going to stay at 110. So you can't lose money. And that's why it's not a security, because you don't have any risk. The other thing the equity index annuity has, okay? The other thing the equity index, thank you for joining, Josu. Anyone who should join the Facebook group, join in. I just let him in. Now, the other thing about the equity index annuity is it has what they call a participation rate, which means they're not giving you everything, because insurance companies never lose money. They always have a way to screw you over. Now, so what happens is, 1 second. There we go. So it's not backwards. Okay, at least you see the words instead of doing it. Apple down. All my shit's down today. Now, except for NVIDIA. I bought some the other day. Now, we obviously know everything about me is NVIDIA. Okay. Now, there's a participation rate, which basically means that, let's say it's an 80% participation rate. That means they will give you, or they will credit you 80% of whatever the index you're tracking is. So if the market's up 20%, they'll say, what's 80% of that, which is 16, but that's over the cap. You'll just get the 10. But let's say the index goes up 10%. You're getting 80% of that. So you're getting 8%. So that's the deal on this. So if equity index annuity has a cap, like you can't go over a certain number, you can't go below a certain number, and you only get a lot of portion, 60, 70, 80, 90% of what the index does. So again, if the index goes up 8%, you're going to get 7.2 because you're taking off 10%. That's all it is. Okay. But it could be 70%, 60%, whatever they do, but it can be the thing. Okay. Boom. AK Flatfoot. I'm very happy about that. Thank you very much. Boom. The New York Life stuff in Alaska. That's some cold fucking shit. That's right, because AK is Alaska. It's funny. I knew that from before, and then I kept thinking, is it AKA Flatfoot? Okay. So it is what it is. Yeah, it is goddamn crazy. They're making it into a club because the athletic director's son plays soccer and he hates lacrosse. And at first he said it was for inclusion, but I looked at all the other sports. They all look the fucking same. Okay. Yeah, I have one. I have a podcast, but it's just this shit. We're working on a different one. I have me and my other guy working on a different one. Okay. That's not really about teaching this stuff, but about shit like that. Okay. Okay, so here's what it is. So you logged into self-sponsor, which this is for any exam. You log into self-sponsor. If you did it today, check today's Thursday. So tomorrow you should be good to go. So tomorrow you should be ready to go onto the FinPro and get it. You should be on. You should be ready to take it by tomorrow. So go on FinPro tomorrow and try to schedule. You should be able to do that tomorrow. Okay? That's good. Okay, now we keep going. Suitability on retirement plans. You mean just the facts? I think that's what it is. Okay. Hold it. Guys, stay there 1 second. You all talk to each other. Feel free to talk to each other. I forgot how to type. I use VoiceOver. Math. Okay. Now, retirement accounts. So let's think about it. So again, it's more about understanding the concepts and about real suitability, but let's go into it. Okay. So if we, and this is for any exam, really not the 63, but it could be there, I guess. So if you want to set up your own, you have two choices. You can do an annuity, which is always last choice. Remember that. Annuity is not a first choice. Annuity should only be done after they have insurance topped off. They have their insurance, their 401k, their 6-month reserve, all that shit. Okay. People should know I'm teaching. Okay. But they don't. Now, so let's get back to this. I finally put it on silent. It blows up. By the way, if anyone does text me, see, I have my cell. If you raindrop text me, I'll fucking block your ass. What is raindrop texting? Raindrop is when you send me like one line and then send me like a 10 in a row. I will fucking block you. I want a goddamn novel. I want War and Peace. I want The Stand. I want Roots. I want the Jaws. I want a big ass fucking novel that I can read when I get a chance, not fucking look down every 10 seconds. Now, let's talk about this. So if you set up your own account, you can do an IRA, a Roth IRA, or an annuity. So annuities are non-qualified, right? So you don't put somebody into an annuity until they have the insurance topped off, their 6-month reserve topped off, their 401k, their IRA, all their other options for retirement topped off. Then you put them in an annuity, okay? And they have to be able to handle that, putting the money in and all that stuff. And you got to really explain it to them. Because if they bug out within like 5 or 7 days, I don't know the number, you get penalized because it means you put them in something that they can't really afford. Okay, now, let's say you do that. You put the money in, it grows tax deferred, and then you take it out. You're paying tax on the growth, nothing else. That's an annuity. Okay. Now, if you are younger, you're going to do a variable annuity because it's invested in the market. If you're older, yes, Ashley, I do. It's in the it's on my exam walkthrough playlist. I do like 2 of them. If they're older, you want to put them in a fixed annuity because they can't handle the risk, but they have inflation risk. But they're older, that's fine. But if they're younger, like under 60 kind of thing, you want to kind of put them in a variable annuity because if you don't, you put them in a fixed, you're going to get the problem is you have inflation risk. And if you put them in a fixed annuity like under 60, they may have 20, 30 years of living, and inflation sucks. And inflation starts, their quality of life starts dropping. However, if you put them in a variable annuity and they're under 60, yes, they have market risk, but they have enough time to make it up, and it does work. But remember, most annuities are non-qualified unless they say otherwise. Now, the other option is an IRA, right? So if they make a lot of money or they're making money, you put them in an IRA, and it's a little mini retirement account. A Roth is really only for poor people. It's not really for poor people, but think that way. You can't make over a certain amount of money and get it, okay? So you want to make sure that if they put them in a Roth, they can't be, there's an income cutoff. So are not for the regular IRA. They will not ask you what the cutoffs are. I promise you that. They will do stuff like the next person makes $300,000 a year. Can they open a Roth? Technically, no, there is a way to do it. Real world, or yes, but I don't think they talk about the backdoor Roth here. So assume if they're too old, they can't put money directly into a Roth. That's the answer. But a regular IRA, they always can. Okay. If they're running a small business, you want to do a KEO, HR10, or a SEP IRA. If it's a big business, they're going to do a 401k. There's not much more to that. The only other thing you can talk about here is HSA, FSA, and non-qualified deferred comp. So let's talk about that one first. Non-qualified deferred comp. I do have videos on that. Okay. It's for like the higher earners. Like you can discriminate, and the money goes in. And here's the problem: the money goes in, And it, like a normal qualified account, the money has to be held somewhere else. The money has to go to like a Fidelity or a Custodian or a Vanguard or somewhere big that's not like a different company. So if your company fails, the money's still good. That's a qualified account covered by ERISA. However, if it's a non-qualified deferred comp, the company actually holds on to the money. The risk here is that, okay, Cody, I appreciate it. The risk here is that, let's say, I'll use my example. I had a student of mine maybe 5-6 years ago. He's an older guy, and do not feel bad for him. He has 4 houses in Miami, so don't feel bad for him. And they're all on the beach. Okay, so he's okay. He started in the mid 80s at a trading desk, and he was there for 30 years. Okay, maybe a little less because it's started around 2006. He had $6.4 million. 2007, he had $6.4 million in his deferred, his non-qualified deferred comp plan. Okay, he worked for Lehman Brothers. So 6 months later, they go bankrupt. He loses every penny of it. He went to court. And in 2021, when I was teaching him, it finally came out of court that the judge said, look, you knew the risks. You're not getting your money. It's gone. So they didn't feel bad. They did a class action lawsuit. It didn't work. It got thrown out. So if you have a non-qualified plan and the company goes bankrupt, you can lose your money. If you have a non-qualified plan, non-qualified deferred comp plan, and you leave early, you can lose your money. Keep that in mind. That's the way it goes, okay? You can absolutely lose your money if you have a non-qualified deferred comp plan. If you have a qualified plan, it's really hard to lose your money unless you invest in bad shit. I had one guy, and in a way, he's lucky because he's dead already, so he didn't have to worry about it. But I feel bad. He did not die a comfortable death. He kind of abused himself a little. But and I feel bad at the time, he had all his money. He worked at Lehman Brothers. He had $500,000 in his retirement account, but it was all in Lehman stock. He never moved it. So he lost everything. So Cody, this is why I'm telling the stories. So you can see that there is some suitability there. It's not that big a deal. Okay. Steven, just go to my, okay, that's fine. That's a great thing. Pass on the first one. I'm with you. If you go to my website, series7exam.org, you look for openings and grab it. If it doesn't work with me, again, go check out Michael Weiss at series7examtutor.com. Okay. This is very true. Michael, this is crazy. And BB, I'll get to you. So remember this. Michael, this guy, Michael, he passed the SE the first time, I think. He failed the 7. He just wrote, he failed the 7 3 times. Goddamn roller coaster helping him out. Failed it 3 times. And he goes, fuck it. We talked about it. I said, you'll do better on the 66. It's more about regs. He nailed the 66 on the first shot, which is not normal. Then he waited. And then when he took the 7 again in November, I think it was November, he nailed it. Now he's done. He doesn't have to do anything else. Yet he's a fucking glutton for punishment. So what is he doing? He's taking the 24 again. He's taking the 24. And I have to deal with his goddamn roller coaster of emotions. I hate this test. I love it. I hate it. I'm going to pass. I hate it. But here's the difference. For the month leading up to take practice in the 7 again, I got that roller coaster shit. But then I noticed a change right in the last week or two, which is what's happening now. There were less of these, okay? He kept doing these to the screen, and I kept seeing that. And I noticed right about a week before the 7, he stopped doing that as much. I yelled at him to stop being so fucking negative, but he stopped being so fucking negative. So he started being more positive about it. And what happened was he passed. Again, the last month for the 24 is a roller coaster of emotion. Up, king to up, and then fucking down, and waterfall, every that shit. Now I've noticed in the last week or so, he's had some confidence. He'll say a couple of bad things, but his all scores are going up, and he's much more confident. So keep that in mind. That confidence is goddamn key. I can always tell when he's getting ready to pass because he stops complaining about every little thing and complaining about the test. Yet I keep telling him to do STC for the 24. So guys, anyone taking, not that it's this night, but anyone taking the 24 exams, the principal exams, you really want to go to STC first. You can do Kaplan as a supplement, but the questions don't really jive. STC, it does a better job on all the non-7 classes, right? 57, Kaplan doesn't do. Notman does a good job, but STC is better. You really want to go with STC for the principal exams. Now, on that note, if you're going to get the 79, the only place to go is Notman. They do others. They do the SAE, the 7. They're fine. They're good. But there's no one touches them on the 79. No one does. Okay, BB. Okay, this sucks, right? Failing it for the third, if you're still here. So if it does suck to fail a test for the third time because you got to wait. However, there's options you can do to fill in the time. One, you can't study for 6 months. This is not a thing. So you got to get that. You got to figure that out. Okay. So now, the best thing you can do is take a couple months off. Now, there's two things to do. Either you take a couple months off and then you start with about 3 months ago, or the math doesn't work on that, but you know what I mean. Or you start studying for the 66 and try to bang that out while you're waiting, because you can do it in any order. So my suggestion would be to bang out the 66 first. While you're waiting, 6 months is a long time, but it does go quick. I would and even if you don't have a job, you can take the 66 and get it done. Because if you have that, if you get the 66 done, you have the SIE, you can prove to new employers or whoever your boss is that you can pass a hard test. Now, the question is, how close did you get? If you got like 50s, okay, fine, don't do anything. But if you got like high 70s, or like high 60s, low 70s, then you should be fine going right to the 66. There's some overlap, not a ton. There's actually more overlap with the 65, but whatever. So go for the 66, spend a month reading, but do it right. Anyone starting to study now for these exams, and you should have a month or so, the first thing you need to do is read the book. Don't take a lot of notes. Just read. Don't highlight. Just read. That's your best bet, okay? Seriously, your best bet is to do it that way and not worry about it too much, okay? Focus on reading first. Then when you're done reading, maybe go back and read again. Watch my videos. They'll help you a lot, like Lilo did. Then take chapter quizzes and then take finals, and that should take about 4 to 6 weeks. And you'll be done. And then really, after the 4 to 6 weeks, you'll be done with the 66. Then you wait a month or so and then just start studying for the 7. And again, for the 7, any exam, my first rule, read the book first. Really, that's what you got to do. Always got to read the book first. Always, 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 always. Okay. Now, so yes, Ashley, if you go to my exam walkthrough playlist, I have 2 66 videos I have. You can go take them and have a good time. Okay. Cody, I appreciate it. I like my style too, but I'm a narcissist, so it is what it is. Okay. There you go. Michael, you're invited to come on since he's part of the Principal Group. Michael, if you're not busy, I hope you answered already. At 6 p.m. tomorrow, come on. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Steven, I got it. Okay. I appreciate it, Steven. I appreciate it. That's the way I make money, right? It's just I make money in my tutoring. The YouTube is fine what it is. I don't really give a shit what happened to that. I appreciate the thing. I just try to spread the love a little bit. A lot of my free shit. Okay. So I started this thing. Okay. Okay, a day. Boom. Yeah, Michael, come on. You do like 5 minutes. Okay. That's awesome, a day. Now, if you just passed, I like the is that David? Is that the statue of David, I think? Okay. Let's do a little quick one for you. Oh, here we go. A little black eye.
Gotta get that. Gotta get that. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta.
Boom, baby. Boom, boom, boom. Love it. A day, that's awesome. So you're taking the 63. That's what I want you to remember. So, no, okay. Any game changer? No, okay. Okay. Now, Michael, just fucking come on. Okay, now, for the 63, this is my advice for this. Treat it like it's a hard test and it'll be easy. If you treat it like an easy test, it'll be fucking hard. So get through the book once or twice if you can. Then all you do is take tests until your eyes bleed. 2 tests a day, not 3. I guess you could do 3 but it's 180 questions. But I'd rather you do 1 test, review the shit out of it, do another test, review the shit out of it. That's the way you should do it. Just keep taking tests nonstop. And here's the problem with the 63. Here's where you're going to be. You're going to be low scores, low scores, low scores. And you'll be like, fuck, I'm not getting it. And it's going to boom up. It's just like all of a sudden something clicks and you start getting it. Usually it happens like 3 days before the test. So everyone panics. So T-3, everyone's fucking panicking. T+2, not panicking. T+1, they go, I got it. And T, they pass. So just keep an eye. If you go hard at this, read the book cover to cover, watch my videos on it. Go don't take notes, but find any kind of like cheat sheet stuff you can find and go bang this in. Remember, a lot of the test is ethics, okay? Even on the 65 and 66, a lot of this shit is ethics. It really is, okay? Peter Gar. Okay. I say Just I would, since it's 66, if you're really going to focus on one thing, get over the ethics and stuff. Watch my crash course stuff. I hope, remember, I have for the 65, 66, I have a crash course playlist. For the 63, I have the series 63 quick and dirty. Okay. Now, if you have to pick one other than ethics and private activities, I would go with the investment advisor stuff. Because that's really, so really I would go with the investment, like the state advisor, and then maybe a little federal, but I would really focus on that. But again, it's the night before. You should be relaxing, getting some sleep, getting a massage, shit like that. Getting up nice and early. If you have SDC, go through the crunch time facts. If you don't, I think Achievable has a cheat sheet you can go look and download. It'll help. Okay. Yeah, I think it's good. Okay. Shh. Boom. It's going to help. I promise you, Justin. I promise you it's going to help you. Rereading the book, you pick up shit, right? So you fail, you miss by 1 or 2, which like not so bad, 12. So too bad there's not a 13, right? Okay. Yeah, just focus. You'll pick up stuff that you missed. And as you're reading, if you fail, as Lilo did, as you're reading, if you're reading, you'll see things. Oh my God, I saw that in the exam. And then you'll understand it better. And that's the way to go with this. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Stop just taking tests, right? So that, listen, you missed it by 4, right? So that's what I'm saying. Just focus on you're rereading the book now. Get through the book. Yeah, I don't know what your weak spots are, but it's really going to be you can't act like you just need, as I said before, if you missed it by 66, you got a 68, you missed it by 4 points, 5 points. Your biggest fear is that you're going to act like you just need to make up the weak spots, and that doesn't work. If you do that, you're going to have a problem. Act like you missed by 32 points. You do that, read, go over videos, stuff like that. Don't even focus on tests until you're done with the book. Don't even think about taking quizzes until you're done with the book. Seriously, okay. Yeah, so my exam thing is, so it's $25 a month, right? We meet every Friday. I do record them, and even if I don't post them all right away, I do post them eventually. Once you're at that membership, you get to see the old ones that we did. And if you do miss it, you get to watch it. And if you reach out to me, I'll just send it to you, even if I don't post it. I really should keep posting them because I put them in. And the thing is, you can only watch those classes if in the membership. But there is a cheat. There's a lower membership, a really low one, like $6 a month, where you can watch all the old classes. You can't go live, but you can watch the old recordings. It can't hurt. Okay. Okay. Like I said, Thursdays are kind of crazy. Like either it's really good and I have like 80 people or I have like 20 people. And again, it's the day after New Year's, so we're still recovering. Any last minute questions before I head to sleep? Or I'm going to watch the rest of Squid Games. I just finished Cobra Kai the other day, so now I'm like 3 episodes into Squid Games. I don't sleep. So what happens is I'm done teaching I'm done teaching after this. I had to go to Long Island, came back and started teaching. Like I literally drove from Long Island, pulled in, walked in, booted the computer up, and boom, I was teaching again. Okay. And then I taught till now. I had like a 2-minute break just to get ready, get this shit set up, and then boom, I jumped on. Like literally, I ran that 5-minute. Had to take the last spin 2 weeks thing just to make sure I had time to go get a drink and go to the bathroom and do shit like that. That's really all I did. Okay. So right when I'm done here, I'm done. So if I leave early, if I'm done at 8:50, I'm happy to do it. But I love doing this shit. I swear to God, I've been doing this since 2019, right? So really, right before COVID hit, I was doing 1 a week. Then I started doing 2 week when COVID hit because I realized that I wasn't getting a lot of students because they couldn't. It was just starting. They shut down the exam. When COVID hit, they shut the exam for 6 weeks. So I had some students who still want to work on it, right? But I was not making any money, right? So I said, okay, I'll just make videos and I'll do this and help people out. Because if I'm in trouble, everyone else has to be in trouble. They're studying from home. So I did that. That's why I started doing more videos. And then people copy me. Okay. There we go. Any other shit going on? Anything else? Mike, you got anything? We good? See, this is the problem. I talk too fast. So I finished. I could just drag this shit out for 2 hours, just take my time. But I don't like people waiting that long. But you should see some nights when it's like when we get more into January and February, it's like I'll be 30 minutes behind on the live. It's crazy. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's just The Sugar Bowl's on tomorrow, not tonight. Or did I miss it? Oh, I did miss it. That's right. That's the one where if anyone watches football, I do remember that because Georgia lost. There was a thing I saw on TikTok literally 30 seconds after it happened. I'm not watching the game, so I'm teaching. And I guess a ref was running down the sideline, and one of the non-dressed up players was standing on the sideline. Ref smacked right into him and took him down. And you see faces like, oh, and the player. And they got an interference penalty. It didn't affect the game so much, but it's so stupid that happened. Like the coach probably wants to fucking kill him. Like you're not good enough to be on the field because you're not good enough to be dressed up, and then you fuck it up and cause them a penalty. Imagine that you don't dress up for a game and you still get a 15-yard penalty against you. That sucks. Okay. Anything else? It's funny when I do the teaching, right? So I'm just giving you a chance because I know there's a delay. When I teach, I'm busy, like literally waiting lists out the ass from like January 15th till right around December 19th, 20th. And then from the 20th till about this weekend's packed. But through now, I joke I'm doubting my life choices, right? Because when I'm busy, I can feed my other tutors, right? They can get business because if they can't afford me, they go to my tutors. My other tutors are good, or send them to Michael, whatever. And the next 2 weeks, I have a waiting list, but it's not nearly as long. Okay. Oh, there you go, Ashley. That's fine. Saving for tomorrow. So anyone on here who wants a really good, I'm selling it now, a really good program every Friday night at 6 p.m. for the $25, we do a Zoom class. It's usually between 5 and 15 people. For an hour at 6 p.m. Eastern, we go over 65, 66, 63 stuff. It's really good. It's a good group. They start study groups. It's everything. Boom. Okay. Okay. Oh, there you go. Boom. I love it. The positive. Okay. Before we leave, that's true. Thank you, Madeline, for saying that. Before we leave, no one's allowed to leave unless they post in here, I'm going to pass the test. You must say that. I need everyone to say, I'm going to pass this test. And any creative way you want, but you don't say, I need to pass. You don't say, I want to pass. You say, I'm going to pass. That's what we need to see. Let's go, Gombe. Oh, yeah, I'm down. Everyone's heading out. Okay. Yeah, that's funny. That's your creative way. Everyone needs to say, I'm passing this test. I need to see that. And then I'll let you go. If not, I'm just going to bump out of here. I know there's a delay, so I got to get everyone start typing, baby. And as you're saying it, okay? And as you're typing it, I want you to say it. Okay. And guys, boom, I'm going to pass it. Now, also, don't forget, I have a new series on my playlist called Security Showdown, where I'm getting a lot of shit where it's very funny. It's not all 65 related, but I talk about GEOs versus revenue. I talk about IA versus broker-dealer, and I use the test. I use the video to kind of show you the difference between the two. It's actually very entertaining. I think it's fucking entertaining. So everyone check out this series, the Security Showdown, and leave a comment on what kind of, like I do one versus the other. Leave a comment. What the next, I have a list, but if you guys come up with something good, like this versus that, like Roth versus regular, put that in there and I will put it on my list and I'll get to it. I'm trying to do like one a week of these things. It's a lot of fun. Okay. Let's go, baby. What do we got? We got Madeline is going to pass this test. Mike LaRosa, Daniel LaRussa. Boom. Chris is going to pass. Olivia is going to pass. Ashley's going to pass. I sound like Oprah. Cody's going to kick the shit out of this test, right? Boom. Madeline will pass the test. Tracy, another Olivia. Boom. Oh, you like, now the girl, I know that's so funny. So, boom. Now I have a question for you. So this is what's funny. So I use an avatar for the girl, and that's obviously me. Okay. So I have a question for you now. So, and you don't have to leave it now. Answer it later. The Security Showdown. Boom, Christina. I love it. Boom, Kate. Krista. Love it. Okay. Yes. No, Uriel, I think you're good. You need to say it in here. Are you good to pass this test? Answer that question. Are you good to pass the test? You didn't need me saying, I say you're good, but you need to say it. Are you good enough to pass this test? I need you to say it in here. No question mark. Are you good enough? So what I'm saying is that I was told by people, I'm either going to get another female to do it, or I'm going to use a live thing of me as a girl. I'm trying to figure out what to do. I think it's fucking funny, but I'm waiting for a couple things to happen first before I do that, because I reached out to somebody to see if they'll want to do the girl part. And I'm hoping to get a moderator to come and do that. So we're going to see what happens. Okay. So Uriel, I'm not leaving till you tell me if you're good or not. I'm just sit here and stare at you. I'm going to stare at you until you tell me if you're going to pass or not. I need to know, are you going to pass or are you going to be a bitch? Oh, Jessica! Oh, boom. That's fucking outstanding. I love it. That's awesome. I'm going to give you. Is this a good one? I don't know.
Certain man in Russia long ago.
He was big and strong in his eyes.
Boom, baby. That is outstanding, Jessica. I love it. I know, Ashley. I'm thinking about it. I know. I do it all now, but yes, that's the thing that Maria told me to do. The wig. I mean, I can do it. I got no hair. It's going to be easy to do, right? So we'll see what happens. Okay. Uriel, there we go. I love it. There we go. Boom. That's it. You're going to pass it. We're going to end on that note. Boom. You're going to pass it. And I have about 9 in the list, but you guys watch them. Okay. Watch them and leave a note. Tell me what thing you next to do. I have one I'm about to finish. I think it's fucking funny as hell. Okay. I have all these ones. Okay. Jessica, I'm so happy for you. I love that. That's awesome. Everyone, I'm going to head out of here. And what are we looking for? I think we're looking for Man of Finance. Y'all, Happy New Year. Hold on, let me make sure. Boom. Boom. Uriel, you're fine. You're going to rock this thing. Okay. Captain Remtor. I think not ad valorem. What? I thought, isn't that like what that Latin they put in? Okay. Brandon, hold on. Captain Rempor. Is that something I'm right? I'm going to be stupid that I'm saying and it sounds like something else. Never heard of it. There's literally nothing. That's weird. You know what? I bet you. Was it one of the answers? Couldn't have been ad valorem. Uriel, thank you, baby. Okay. I know, I get it. Yeah, but that's real. Here's the thing, Brandon. That takes people. But since you brought it up, everyone who's on here, there's only a couple left. Okay. Caveat. Hold on. No, it's not Captain Remtor. It's Caveat Emptor. Caveat Emptor. I think it's Caveat Emptor. Yeah, it's Caveat Emptor. Caveat Emptor. I know, but Caveat Emptor is buyer beware. Unless that's what I'm saying. Caveat Emptor. Caveat Emptor is buyer beware. Okay. So yeah. So by the way, there's a guy, Brandon Rith. He's great videos. Go check him out on Basic Wisdom. He's really good. Basic Wisdom on YouTube. Okay. He also tutors too. Yes, Caveat Emptor. I knew once you said buyer beware, I knew that it was Caveat Emptor. Okay. So now, I know I appreciate it. But the thing is, like I said, the reason I can do this is because I'm a fucking dumbass. Okay. I'm a goddamn dumbass. So it's easy to be an idiot and help you guys study. If I had to do the Kaya, oh my God. I had a friend who did it. I was teaching with him when we were at Greco back a long time ago. He was getting the Kaya. I never knew what it was. And he was doing hedge funds, so it helped him. He's a smart guy. He's an options trader. So these guys are smart. He nailed it on the first shot. It wasn't a big deal. But yeah, there's not a lot of them out there. Like the problem is something like a CPA. You can't have a fun CPA teacher. It just doesn't work. This it's easy because it's dumbass shit. Not easy, but it's dumbass. I've been doing it since 1989, right? So this shit's stuck. All this shit is stuck in my head, including the cursing. Can't do it. It's in my fucking DNA. Okay, everyone, I love it. Again, look at that. We went another 5 minutes, even though I was catting out early. Okay, everyone, we're gonna again, Brandon. I do appreciate it. Yes, and caveat emptor. Remember that. So that was a question. That's interesting that they had a caveat emptor question. Okay. Can you study all day? If you can study all day, you could probably do it. You could probably do it in 3 weeks. It's going to be tight, but you got to get through the book. So you don't have the luxury of a day off, right? So hopefully, I mean, you didn't pass this today, I don't think, right? But yeah, I think you're good. I think you can, I mean, I have people at Everett Jones do it in 19 days, which is about I assume that's probably where you are. Yeah, you just make sure you get through the book in the first week. Even if they say no, do questions, just get through the book. Ignore them. I mean, yeah, maybe fake the questions, but just get through the book one full time. Watch my videos. Don't take a lot of notes. Focus on the big picture. You'll be fine. There's some overlap from the 7, which will help. Okay. No, Brandon, I appreciate it. I know if I taught that, I would. I don't know. I get it. Listen, I'm working on this. I may, and now it'll help you because you'll be done and in your rearview mirror. But I'm eventually going to have some people doing that. Okay, everyone, I appreciate it. Now I'm going, even though I said I was going. We're going to look for men in finance. I will see you later.
Looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, finance, trust fund, 6'5". I'm looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes, finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. For a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5",